say, hey, Mr. So-and-so, did that work for you? And most people, they won't call back even if it did or didn't work. So we definitely have to be good about the follow-ups, because we want to make sure we're giving out good information. So the team does do follow-ups, depending on what the resource was.
And this is a program that's funded it's funded on us, on our own now. In the beginning, there was some aid. There was some state aid, if I remember correctly. There were some grants.
In 2020, Judge Jenkins did the 10 new directions for law enforcement to address mental illness after the murder of George Floyd.
Yes.
And part of what we submitted as the best Southwest cities was a grant to address mental illness, mental health.
Sure.
And so the first year after that, we were a part of the grant. The grant funding was not continued after that. Each city was supposed to either continue joining together, and each of the cities have now since done their own program. Mm-hmm. And we have our own program. DeSoto has a program. Cedar Hill has a program. Duncanville. I think Duncanville still has their program. No.
I don't think Cedar Hill or Duncanville has.
It's just us and DeSoto that have maintained the funding for our program.
That's maintained it since the beginning in 20, when it was launched.
Yes.
Okay.
So everyone wants to know, how many citizens have we assisted? Well, 243 individuals from our city have received assistance with our. So this year I decided to give you guys success stories from both my team members. I feel like both professional perspectives are important to capture the impact we have on this community. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these up there. You can read them, but I'm going to summarize it for you guys, because this is in their own words.
I was getting ready to ask you, was there any success stories?
Yes, there are. So this is our social worker success story. This is the one she wanted to highlight for this past year. This case involves a young adult who was in a severe mental health crisis following a suicide attempt and facing multiple challenges, including unemployment and lack of access to care. Our team provided immediate crisis intervention, coordinated with medical services, and stayed involved through the follow-up, connecting this person to mental health treatment, employment opportunities, and stable support. Within a few months, he was stabilized, found employment, and is now supporting himself and contributing to his family. Wow. This case really highlights how early intervention and consistent support can completely change someone's trajectory. And that's our social worker story. So next we have our medic. And our medics submitted that this case, we responded to a senior resident with a long history of mental illness, serious medical conditions, and homelessness who stopped taking critical medications. Mm-hmm. And so, like I talked about earlier, some of those medical crises can look like a mental health crisis. So when you have them concurring together, it creates a whole mess of problems. So although she initially declined services, our team worked closely with her family to provide her education and prepare for the next steps. When her condition worsened, she was hospitalized, where a serious medical issue was identified and treated. Because of our early involvement, we were able to help coordinate her care and support a safe discharge plan that includes stable housing. This highlights the importance of persistence, coordination, and follow-up, and even when help isn't immediately available. So in closing, Elmar reflects as a proactive approach to meeting the growing needs of our community through prevention, partnership, and compassionate care. We are proud of the progress that we've made and the lives we've impacted, and we look forward to continuing this work. Thank you, Mayor, City Council, City Manager, for your time and your continued support.
Well, I tell you, that program that you oversee is a plus to the city of Lancaster. And for years, people did not want to talk about mental health for whatever reason. And you see it on a national level where it's being discussed and people are being helped. So I applaud you for your expertise in this area, along with the staff and all. But, and I'm glad that we are continuing the program because it is very much needed.
Thank you. Anybody else?
So I just want to plug because what is happening and see the growth
Mhm.
in it and your passion to be able to help the citizens. And I'm so glad that we as a council in the city have continued this because I think it's, so many people don't know about it. But the fact that we have this, so we're knowledgeable if somebody's having an issue that we can connect. So thank you for your dedication in being there because I know you're doing a great job. Thank you.
Thank you.
Again,
I just need to know, where are you still housed?
Library.
Thank you.
This is Councilman Robinson. I'd like to get a little bit more information on your housing. How are we working to make sure they have secure housing? Please give the city secretary the information so I can reach out to you because I love to plug into this and understand it and be educated a lot more about this because this is a very, very important issue on my behalf. And please, I need you. I really do.
City manager, you're gonna make sure all the council members will receive that.
We'll drop it in the Dropbox.
information.
So
Thank
that
you.
the mayor, council, and candidates receive.
Thank you. Go ahead,
Well, I just want to say again, thank you for being a part of this program and help bringing this program to the city and to those of us that saw fit to put finances behind this and continue it on. We know that mental illness is rampant in our land and a lot of people didn't deal with it, but now we're taking that challenge head on. So, but then I just want to say, a couple of years ago, I was able to sit down with you. You had something at the library where it was a training that was going on.
Last year.
Was it that? Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
last
Okay.
year.
And my wife and I, and even when you talked my daughter into it, where we all sitting in on it, are you planning on doing some more training like that? Because it opened up my mind to a whole new level of what you're speaking of. The short presentation you're doing today, but it just opened up my mind. It's like, wow, more people, more citizens need to know about this and even be an active part of it because we were able to participate in active situations at that time. So can you stick back on that as well?
So you attended, if I remember correctly, you attended our drug prevention program, which was covering the use of Narcan in the community.
Mhm.
We actually have one set for Saturday, this coming Saturday. We will have at least another one or two more throughout the year. I think one set for September, and then we have some other classes that I'm thinking of bringing out to kind of raise awareness about other things, other topics, I should say.
Great. Look forward to seeing you again.
Is that it, Council? All right, thank you for that amazing presentation.
Thank y'all.
All right, Council, that leads us to item number 5, City Secretary.
Receive a presentation regarding the equipment replacement program, facility assessment, implementation, and one-time capital expenditures for fiscal year 2025-2026.
Right, City Manager.
Mayor, members of council, annually since 2012, following the audit and following the finalization of the audit, we come to you with our equipment replacement, facility, and one-time projects for your discussion, input, and consideration. And as always, our Director of Equipment and Facility Services will walk through the presentation for facilities, one time, as well as our equipment replacement proposal for the current year. After you receive the presentation, with your feedback, we will then begin implementation where those funds are available. But this year, there are some considerations that you will have to talk through and think through because you prioritize quality of life and cultural services, particularly parks, as parks and recreation as an important goal for this fiscal year. And our goal was to have a joint meeting with the council and the Parks Advisory Board, but the winter storm or the ice we had in January has delayed that meeting, and so you haven't had the chance to have that joint meeting where our Parks Director has put together his 5-year plan, but we have included projects from that plan in here for your discussion and consideration, which do exceed access and available funds for the year. So we hope to get some dialogue going between you all tonight and hopefully get some input so we can prepare for next steps. Jermaine will do a presentation on the entire program.
Who's going to do the presentation? Oh, Jermaine.
Yes, sir. Good evening, Mayor, Council, City Manager. Name is Jermaine Stout, Equipment and Facilities Director for the City of Lancaster. Tonight I had the pleasure of presenting the facilities one-time and equipment replacement. We'll start off with a little overview of the background, facilities data, long-term facilities maintenance program, and the proposed plan and the equipment. We have it broken down in those areas. Also, through this, I will go through your routine maintenance, which are contracts that we have from outside vendors to help support the city and all city facilities. The implementation plan was brought together by Randall Scott, which was in 2022 when we did the facility assessment of all the buildings. Here you will see the rankings of all your facilities, which were the worst to the best, which were the newest facilities at that time. However, it does not show the airport because it was not completed at that time, but the 17th building is the airport. And we also have 17, that's good, which is the airport, which is not on there, the new facility. We'll start off with City Hall, 211 North Henry, which was built in 1971, which is one that was on the presentation from Randall Scott as a recommendation of new or replace. We have the routine maintenance that we have, which was from the sheet before, which are city contracts, which we do throughout the buildings, which we completed this fiscal year with the security camera updates. In progress, we had the ARPA generators, which is part of the ARPA program that we're getting done throughout the facility. You will see in progress on each one of these slides here tonight, showing that what we have going that may not be completed at this time. Also, in the implementation of the plan is the new or replace for the facility assessment for this building. Second is the development services, which is 700 East Main, which will be renovated for the expansion for the animal shelter, which is also being cleared out at this time. Public safety building, 100 Craig Shaw Memorial, 2010 building, 6,100 square feet. So routine maintenance in this building also, which is off the second sheet of the presentation. In progress, we have the security cameras and the ARPA generator. However, we have expansion of the parking in the back of public safety and also the access to be completed in front of public safety to go back into Veterans Memorial Parkway. One of our implementations we would like to see funded was the BKV design, which was through Randall Scott Architects to do the completion, which was also in the beginning when they built this facility. This facility was not completely built out at the time it was built.
So in 2010, when the bonds were approved, the building was designed for community build out for the 61,000 square feet, but all 61,000 square feet weren't. So you've been inside the public safety building at the very back where police is. You know, it's just big open, and they've used it for like report writing. It's like big open cubicle space in the back, so that when the city started to grow and build out, it could be built out to accommodate the staff growth. And part of what this he has on there for fund the BKV design is to finish designing out. We already have the plans, but to start looking at how do we implement those plans from 2010 to build out the back part of the rest of the building.
So are we, with the experiencing the growth, are we seeing that there's a need for more of this space?
Yes, ma'am. Versus it just being a big open space where they kind of makeshift desk, whatever the department is needed. Like the lab, what is it called where you store your property and evidence room needs some expansion and build out, and that's already been designed. The firm is BKV, But Phil Callison and the architects and engineers, that's the firm that they're with now that did the plans back in 2010.
So it's time to start considering to build out that existing space, to start building it out. And that's what's gonna come to us for budgeted.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is that gonna be phased in, or is that just one big lump?
Today, we don't have an answer, right? We just have the plans that were done back in 2010.
Right.
But as the city has grown, they need to like sit down, revisit those plans with Chief Urbanski, revisit those plans with Chief Johnson, revisit the plans like with IT. I mean, those plans show like the second floor coming out all the way over to the entrance. And, you know, when you walk in today, you know, you don't, it's open above you and you just see the two sides.
Right.
Well, those plans back in 2010, that was all office space. And so it's time to explore.
Okay, now okay. So that'll probably come to us in chunks.
Today, we don't know, but we're recommending
Interesting.
we pull that out.
And like Carol said, that's just based off of expansion in our city. It's time to start, so we're not caught behind. Interesting, Tremaine. Okay.
The other building, fire station number 2, which is 3132 North Houston School Road, built in 1985, remodeled in 2008. In progress, we have the ARPA generators completed this year with the AC complete replacement, roof replacement completely, and also security cameras.
So these generators, is that, they're there, they're just not
They're not
hooked into the building, and that's because if I remember, there was still some parts delays due to
Supply.
through COVID. I mean, many years ago, that put the market behind. So we're still seeing those repercussions here current day.
Correct.
And so that's the reason why those generators are still marked in progress. All right.
Fire station 3, routine maintenance. AC was replaced, security cameras, and we're in progress of completing the roof replacement. Fire station 3.
All right, station 3.
Yes, sir. That's Bell Line, 1960.
So their area that they was such a big brouhaha because of the fact that we had to move them out for time.
Correct.
But now that area is complete and they're
That was
in there.
completed in
And we
2020.
got all the exhaust stuff that they had done some Southern engineering on fixed.
That was completed through Siemens. Yes, ma'am.
That was in
2024.
2020.
23, 24.
23,
24.
What are you saying, Jermaine? What
I
are you
said
saying?
Siemens completed the exhaust system in 23, 24.
Okay.
The exhaust system was completed in all fire stations, public safety, fire station 2, 3.
And have they left it alone?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, there's cameras in there now. We didn't have cameras back then. And that's marked number 4 on the renovate or to replace.
Correct. That was also marked to renovate or replace. Because of the growth in the city and also for the tiller truck, if they had to be moved to be able to have a drive-through at that station also.
That station doesn't have a drive-through
Drive-through.
bay like most of our stations.
Correct. You have to back in.
They have to back in. And so that was one of the conversations with this report back in when Randall Scott did it, is we need to renovate to allow expansion and the bays for drive-through.
And I'm just trying to remember, and I don't know if you have the answer to this here tonight, the cost cap on that, either to renovate or to replace.
We haven't done any of that work yet.
And that was back in 2010, you say?
No,
No.
2022.
What did you say?
2022.
2022.
2022. No, I'm talking about the original plans to expand.
That was
Public
the public
safety.
safety.
Public, okay. But the
Public.
fire station,
Yes.
2022 was the last.
And maybe what I'm thinking about is the first 3, if we start with one of them, it's a domino effect to knock out 2 other buildings and update them and renovate them and expand them. Okay, and then station 4 would be up to number 1 then once those 3 would be completed in the future, then we would be starting with 4.
So if you go back to the implementation plan in that presentation, when Randall Scott did it, they prioritized Station 3 is number 4 on the list. So even above Station 2, right, was we needed to renovate or replace Station 3.
Sure.
And if you'll recall, when we were doing the design for Station 4, one of the conversations was to help with the growth of the city to make sure we can either add a bay, do a drive-through, that Station 3's renovation, when they did the prioritization, you can see it's ranked number 4 on your list of things to do. So we started with Station 4 design, right? Remember you all did the COs for Station 4 and said once we got through this process, we needed to start looking at bringing funds, getting funds available to renovate the other stations. Because Station 2 is on the list as well. It's number 8, but it still also has renovation or replacement.
Which one is older, Station 3 or Station 6?
Station 3.
Station 3 was 1989 and Station 2 was 1985. So Station 2 is an older,
Station 2
4
is older,
years.
but it was remodeled.
But it was remodeled in 2008.
Right. That's the one that they put a new roof on it, and they did some structural work to it.
Correct, and it also has drive-through bays in that one, Station 2. Station 3 does not have drive-through
That
bays.
is correct.
And in 2008, when we renovated it, we redid their sleeping quarters, the kitchen. Like
Were
that
they
was a,
because they let it catch on fire?
that was 3 that caught on fire.
Oh, okay.
But that was Station 2. We did, like, sleeping quarters were redone,
Yeah, I
kitchen was
remember.
redone. There was significant renovations with the bonds for the 20, those dollars.
Okay, all right.
Community house, the next, on the presentation, which is 100 North Henry. It is a rental. We have routine maintenance there. This past year, we done alarm upgrades, and what we're presenting this year for you, implementation plan with kitchen, restroom countertops, and dividers for the restrooms. Animal shelter,
On the community house, was the AC updated
the AC was updated 2 years ago.
2 years ago?
Yes.
We finally got it painted.
Yeah, I'm just, yeah, go ahead.
Animal shelter, 690 East Main Street. Completed this year was the stainless steel doors, the floors resealed, also your front office area. It was resealed too. And in progress right now, we have the security cameras and the generator being installed there also. Fleet maintenance, security cameras. If you guys remember, we done complete security cameras upgrade throughout the city.
Right.
We're doing it throughout the city. So you will see this repeatedly. And the fleet facility has been completed. They're resealing the upper windows, the seals in them, and the generator also.
What was wrong with the windows?
The seals, and them just the heat and the sun directly hitting up there, the seals are starting to shrink.
What year was that built?
2017, Texas heat.
Yeah, okay. Well, it's just interesting to see that. I remember the dedication that day when we snapped the ribbon, and now we're starting to look at things
Correct.
now for the upkeep.
Municipal Court 220 West Main, which was built in 1980, also renovated in 2008. Generators there, security cameras have also been replaced and updated with audio for the courtroom, so when they're presenting court cases.
And these were the cameras there that don't have the China components in them.
Correct.
Correct.
Correct. Library. We have immediate needs at the library. Window sills, the entryway roof repair, the dome area where the windows are above. The lower area was already replaced, the lower roof. However, completed this year, got the splash shield on the back. The ceiling tile replacement is in progress, security cameras and generator also there. This will be also one of the backups in case once the generator's all installed for emergency or shelter.
So when we had that issue with the cold where the HVAC had.
So the issue when it was cold was the
Yeah.
gas, when they had to cut the gas off. So that wasn't our problem, that was a Atmos
Got it.
So just for safety reasons, we had to go in and do a back drain on
They did.
fire extinguishers and everything to prevent the building from freezing in case they did not get it back on.
Got it. Okay.
Proposed project in the library, the wallpaper removal and suggested painting, preparation of the wall to not put wallpaper back in there, so we want to have the same one. Windows reseal is planned for this year, and the entryway roof, which again is the above dome inside the entryway. That's where we have water entering in the building.
Are you getting a lot of water coming in there?
When it's heavy rains and it's blowing, we do.
Got it.
Recreation center, built in 2000, routine maintenance, immediate needs of the locker room redo, the shower tiles, the pool renovations, and entryway roof repairs. If you recall, 2 years ago, we did roof repairs there. We did the skylight when you walk in the front of there.
That's right.
The separation of the glass there.
That's right.
So, completed this year, we got the grand hall flooring replaced, the windows in the grand hall with the double pane glass, and then started to separate. You had the gas and the moisture in between them. We got all those replaced this year. In progress, we had the security cameras, generators, and LED lighting in the gym. We're in an implementation plan for this year, the pool renovations and the entryway roof repairs. State Museum and Visitor Center. The immediate needs for this year are the historical bricks being resealed. And every 10 years we have to do the resealing of these bricks, and we're up on that time again. So we're looking at resealing the Visitor Center, the historic part of the red bricks. This year we got AC upgrades completed, and we have the security cameras and the generators going in over there now. Senior Life Center. Immediate needs are really kind of minimal because that's one of the newer, better kept buildings. We did the replacement of all the toilet seats and restrooms and upgrading those last year. However, in progress, we have the security cameras, the generator, and LED lighting upgrade at the Senior Life Center. Better lighting throughout the building. Country View Golf Course. We have routine maintenance to meet the needs there of the roof and the cooling exhaust fan. Because of the grill that we put there, it's a little larger than what was there. A bigger fan help get some of the heat out when they're in the busy season in the summer to help keep it cool in there. So the stairway carpet was also replaced this year. And in progress are the security cameras, and we're suggesting the roof and keep the kitchen cooling, the exhaust fan. They have to keep it cool when cooking. Lancaster Regional Airport. This is a new term. Routine maintenance. The immediate needs there are the floor entry, the floor repair of the entry. Where the water, because of the way the grade was there, the water was coming back in the door on heavy rains. So it kind of ruined the floor in the entryway.
Are you going to be able to resolve that so we don't?
So we are currently looking into drains going in the front to bring it back. However, that's still in progress, working. The drains after they're put in will resolve all that. And we're looking at repairing the floors in the front entry. Because that's one of our newest buildings. That is the newest building in the city at this time.
So where is the drain work going to be?
The drain work is
budgeted?
still being drawn up by the architect and everything, but we have to bring that back to you when we get it completed.
But it'll be.
That was also one of the holdups with the additional property that was next door, so which way we will run the drain.
It'll be in this year's budget though. For the drains.
You mean just operational, or are you asking, it's not in the one time,
It's not
it's a
in-
part of the operational.
But it'll be in this year's work.
It's in your operational budget, yes, it's not in this one-time budget.
Right.
That's before you.
Okay.
Old terminal, future remodel for future rental. just as time permits, so we have funding. The pump station we're here at tonight, we're doing, back doors were replaced this past year. They had water entry from those that were kind of deteriorating at the bottom. And in progress, we had the security cameras and the generators here. Lines in. Recommendation from the city council. We done the interior reconstruction to start renovation. It's all demoed out. If you go in there, it's just nothing but studs now. All the sheetrock and everything has been removed. So this year we're asking for money for design for the interior reconstruction through Atlas Commercial, which we've gotten bids on. So we have to get together and see what kind of design or what it would be used for in the future. Whether it be just rental space or the design. So that's coming to you guys shortly.
Okay.
And that's it for our one-time capital projects. We will go into one-time projects. The one-time projects for this year broke out by departments. And for the city marshal, we have body cameras. Recreation department, we have gym floor, complete resurface. Recreation, we also had gym cardio equipment, which would come with treadmills, bikes, and cross ramps, and display station to go interactive live. Recreation, the pool chlorine feeder and the chlorine system with the sand filters and all. Parks, we have Roy Crawford Park is one that's on our list. We broke down in categories of complete remodeling for the shade structures with picnic tables and 15,000 square feet of sidewalk concrete. That would be like a pathway around walking. The community park, which is the second part here, we have a pond survey. We have 2 there for mussels and 1 for sediment to get the recommendations on how we would resolve our problem at the community park with our pond. And then we have the city park shade structures. We have 2 shade structures there that we're looking to put in, and that'll be a park that will go with your master plan that was collaborated through the Parks and Rec director. Police, we have tasers, 7 tasers, and body armor. Fire, we have life packs, 15 monitors, 15 life pack, 15 monitors, 2 of those for $132,000. Intravenous trainer, arm and hand, body cam for ambulance personnel, and Lucas device. That was 3 devices. A total of $854,581 on one-time expenditures.
And this is where we need some input because
Right.
if you'll recall from the one time you audit, we only have a total for our equipment replacement and the facility upgrades and one time. We had roughly $3 million that we could spend amongst all those. And he hadn't gotten to your equipment replacement yet, but you have almost $2 million in just equipment replacement. So the parks piece is the new piece that you have not considered historically. The public safety piece every year, right? So as a part of the operating budget for police, we have tasers, we have the body armor, but we also added in one time so that we stay on rotation schedule. Our life packs, we add those every year. Those are things that are added every year. What's new is the body camera for the ambulance personnel. We have not historically had fire personnel with body cameras, but this is a new recommendation coming from the chief related to just concerns that have come up related to folks making claims that something happened that may not have happened. This is more like for police, a protection for our fire personnel in the back of the ambulance. So having enough of the body cameras so that when they come on shift, they can put on the body camera when they're in the back. That's new, but we're ideally recommending those things. The parks pieces are, and our parks director, Timmy, is here to help maybe answer some questions, but we tried to break it out to create opportunities to start to implement some of the master plan. The recent community park is included. I don't know if you've noticed, but the community park pond is starting to recede and the water is going in. We've looked at it multiple times. They've had people come out, but a full assessment and survey is needed because we're public waters. Because I was like, why do we have to spend like $38,000 for a mussel survey? But state law says that under public waters, we have to determine if there are mussel in the water, if there are, what type, before we can do anything. So this is not fixing the problem.
This is assessing.
This is us trying to identify what the problem is. And so that's part of it. But then Roy Crawford is the newest park that we just put in, the sensory playground equipment. And you don't have the advantage of seeing it in front of you tonight, but number one on your parks master plan was adding shade structures to all of your parks. When your Parks and Rec master plan was done, the number one thing that came out on top of the list was to add shade structures to all parks. And so he is recommending, with that being the newest playground equipment that just went in, his number one recommendation was to put shade structure over it. But the sidewalks, right, it's an enhancement to the park, but it's also $133,000. Then you have shade structures and other things, and so we'd like to hear your feedback or input so that we can try to prioritize.
So what are the totals, just the parks? Do we have that?
I can add it really fast. I don't have it.
One of the other things, the reasons that the parks, that this was strategic planning last time, was because of a lot of the public that was coming forward about so much of the equipment was deteriorated. The tables were broken, rough edges, the equipment, and the discussion was, regardless, to take the project in the park to try to do it right and begin to get our parks back in shape. Because that's embarrassing when people come up with pictures and show things in the condition. And that was one of the discussions that we had at strategic planning about trying to make sure we start even just baby steps. The other thing with, and of course we haven't gotten into any of the other projects, but having worked out at Fair Park and knowing that how the city of Dallas has been blatant and it's come up with their city hall that they've not done maintenance, and the fact that regardless of what it is that we look at, or I consider our facilities are part of our infrastructure, just like our sewer, our water, and our streets. And if we don't keep up the buildings, then we get way behind, and you have bigger dollars that have to be spent to get buildings or tear those down and build new ones. So we've got to take care of the resources we do have.
So I understand that.
I took the money, ma'am, of the gym floors, the gym cardio equipment, the pool pouring, the Roy Crawford, all three of those, community park, and the shade structures. I came up with $593,200. I'm looking at my team and have them.
That's the reservation with the parks by itself is for 18.
One of the things that I was thinking, it's just like anything else. These are things we know we need to do. But sometimes you can't do it all.
Yeah, I agree.
But the one thing that I'm really curious about, especially when we're talking about this cement sidewalk there at Roy Crawford, is that something that is needed right now?
I think it's a wish.
Timmy, will you stand up and come forward, please, and talk about?
Well, Mike, if I may, I have a question too. When we did the Parks Master Plan, Roy Crawford, that wasn't not included with the master plan.
It's in our park master plan.
It was.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I didn't know if that was still in the school district hands or not.
I'm sorry, it was in our.
Okay, so the concrete out at Roy Crawford, what we have put out there is a sensory playground system, and that is for your ADA, your children with special needs.
That's right.
So they could have walking disabilities, where they either need a wheelchair or that they need a walker or they have slow steps. They need level ground. This is one way to get it. Before we implement a parking lot, we have that walkway so they will drop off. What you'll see most of the time will be like a van with a sliding door. If they can get off into that pathway, that's easy for them to go to the sensory playground.
So I have a question simply because I know at a point in time, and it's been some time ago, at Dallas County, we had some grants from Dallas County to do some trails, and this has been some time ago. Gosh, what was her name? Mary. Anyway, it was some time ago that I didn't know if there was something that Dallas County had any kind of grants or anything funding or other opportunities that we could apply for.
We will most definitely search that out to make sure. With the county and other agencies, we are constantly looking for things throughout. We go to the traps, we go to all of these others websites to apply for them. And so, yeah, we can definitely go back and research and see if there's anything in Dallas County.
Okay, another thing that I wanted, since you're here.
Yes.
When we're talking about the pool,
Yes.
I must say that is vital to the survival of the recreation center.
Right.
And I do know that the feeder, yes, I know it's necessary. What else concerning the pool is it just that?
Okay,
The
so
feeder?
we already got the replastering and the column, the slide,
Okay.
that we are literally walking through the process right now.
Okay.
That's the biggest element. The other element now is what we have up here. It makes it more universal. What we have currently, we have to only use one product,
Okay.
one brand. This will make us, it will make us available to use any brand, and it also has up-to-date monitoring of those chemicals.
And to make sure we're clear, the $375,000 you showed on the previous slide for the pool, that's already included.
Yes.
That's money that you already allocated.
Okay.
So he's going through like the attorney review on the contract and all that kind of stuff now. That's already money allocated from the current year we're in.
Oh.
So that's not additional money needed.
All right.
Okay. Thank you.
So with the concrete, you made mention about the ADA compliance.
Yes.
So it seems to me that the starting point for concrete work would be the sidewalk.
Yes.
And then in the future, or the future budget,
Correct.
then we have to do a parking lot.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay. Also, with the picnic tables here, the reason is 2 pads. So we do want our picnic tables also on concrete that flow off of that trail that goes to the playground system. That way, and you have to make it a little bit wider and a little bit longer versus what the table is, like we've done out at Stanford. And so Stanford is just a regular park with just your standard picnic table and slab. Here, the slab has to be a little bit wider, a little bit longer, and it also has to connect to a trail. And so that's part of it. But it's not part of the concrete work. That is part of the picnic tables.
Separate.
Seven.
So to me, it would make sense one year have the concrete sidewalk, now that we had explanation on that, and then come back and finish it with the parking lot, and then shade structures.
Well, not
Your
really.
number one goal
No.
from your plan was your shade structure. That was from your master plan?
Correct.
Yeah.
The number one recommendation from your master plan was
Sure.
to put shade structures in all your plans.
Sure, I'm just speaking of that component, but yes, I
Yes.
do remember that I see common denominator there, shade structure, so, and I would imagine like in any project that I sit in here with the city, the more you have, the lesser, because you get a package deal, you get a better price on the product and then the installation. So that's another way to look at that park as well.
Well, I'm looking at the park on this issue. The reason why I am is because of the fact that the park, first of all, it's going to service our special needs
Right.
babies. And the one thing about Texas heat and equipment, we have to have shading.
Yes.
You know, he made me aware of the concrete, because I was going to not worry so much about the concrete, but the shading is definitely necessary. The equipment is out there already.
Serve the equipment
It's
also.
there. It has been installed. But this here is to add to, so that it can start to be used. Right now, it is not in use.
Correct.
And that is something that I can honestly tell you, I've had parents to contact me, because that is part of our population that people tend not to talk about and
Underserved.
overlook,
Yep.
but it is growing leaps and bounds. And this is the reason why it is vital that we do get this done.
Well, let me add something to the shade structure at Roy Crawford. The shade structure we just put up at Kid Square is fantastic. Y'all need to go by there and look
Yes.
at noon, and you'll see a bunch of kids out there. When summer hits, it's going to be hot, and this is not done with fiber. The playground is not done with fiber. It is literally rubber floor, okay? So you're going to get heat coming off of that. If you have the shade structure, one, it protects the children from any direct sunlight injuries. But the other thing is it also sustains your equipment longer, because it's not beaten down by the sun. So you don't get the plastic breakdown as quickly.
Good point.
So I'm hearing we like shade structures, so that's helpful.
Go on with the survey.
I haven't heard anything about like the gym cardio equipment. That's probably our next largest outside of our sidewalks. I mean, the pond, is the community pond something? I mean, I'm not trying to poll, but I'm just not hearing any conversation about any of those items. And so I was hoping to hear some dialogue.
Well, I think the pond is an attraction to the park itself. I think that's what a lot of people come and you walk around and see. But I did see it was receding and the ducks are, so I think we need to recognize that that's something's got to be done in that arena.
Maybe the ducks need to go back to duck.
The shallow, you have runoff into the pond right now with dirt, and so it keeps building up from the bottom. What that eliminates is your bigger fish. You'll continue to only have small fish come out of there. And for fishermen, I'm not looking to catch the small fish. I'm looking to catch the big fish and tell you about the one that got away that was this long.
Yeah.
And so that's
have to go back.
yes, it's catch and release. But that's what the sediment is really going to determine, is how shallow have we gotten from where we started. Plus, it also allows us to determine what kind of dredging we will need.
Right. I think it needs to be analyzed, and that money right there gives us an analyzation
Yes.
to what to expect. So I agree to that. As for the cardio equipment there, that cardio equipment's got to be 10 years of age.
Oh, it's more than
Yes.
that.
It's older.
It's old.
Yep.
So,
And we purchased
you
that
know,
versus leasing it.
And
So
Correct.
we've gotten feedback on,
Yeah.
we need to update our equipment, because it's really old. And that pond is a plus.
We have people that want to come out and just strictly fish. I've recently received a call, can I come out? I don't live in Lancaster. I'm like, it'll cost you $100,000, but yeah, sure. Come on. No.
Oh, come on.
I told them 17 and up, you require a fishing license.
We were at the rec center, I think it was a special event, and to look out the window and see that many people walking around that pond and jogging and walking. I don't think I ever seen that many people, just enjoying the recreational part outside. And that's why I see that pond.
tough.
Matter of fact, I seen a guy over there fishing. What's in the pond? I mean, crappie or?
A lot of bluegill. We do have bluegill in there. Your sunfish is basically what we have.
Sunfish.
Yep.
So what I'm hearing is what we can do is we'll work down the list in priority order. We'll
Yeah.
fund as much as we can.
Yeah.
Once we get hard numbers
Yes.
in this order, and then you guys will have to, or we can put an item together for your consideration at a meeting to allow you to prioritize and approve, because we can't do it in this room tonight, right?
No.
Right.
We were just trying to get feedback, but I'm hearing feedback on everything.
Well, you know what it
And
is?
so we can bring it to you all at a regular meeting with the parks items, or we can wait until June for you all to have your joint meeting with the Park Advisory Board. We have it scheduled for the first Monday, right, Karen? The first Monday in June, you have a joint meeting with the Park Advisory Board.
And they've been through all this.
They have not, that's what I'm saying. We had it scheduled for January. The Park Advisory Board only approved the Parks Master Plan.
Okay, so
2020.
2020.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, could we reschedule that meeting
It's-
with the
Except for
board
the
and all
first
that?
Monday in June. So we can do nothing on parks items and then have that meeting the first Monday in June and we can go from there.
Because to be realistic, all of the things that are on the list are needed. And then on the other list, it said immediate, right? These things need to be done right away.
And the fact of the matter, the season has just begun. This is spring. Summer is gonna hit. And we're all about the quality of life. It's all about outdoors here. And we would be remiss to try and wait too late to act on these things. So we need to do something.
So, because if we wait, just so you know, if we wait until June and place the order, it won't be in before summer, you know, before the heat of summer, which is like July. I think it's probably hot, July,
yeah.
August.
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
We're
already
in April.
do like you said, bring it to.
A
city
regular
council
meeting?
Yeah,
Okay.
especially the immediate needs and all that. And then we can still meet with them in June to see where we are on the needs.
Sir, could you possibly tell me what is considered a Lucas device?
The Lucas device is it's in the buildings. It's like if someone's having a heart attack. It's
Oh,
like the
okay,
pedals,
yeah.
Those
the
pumper
pumps.
things.
Gotcha.
It does the, what you call it, chest compression
Chest
for you.
compressions for you.
Okay.
Wow.
It's versus our staff, our firefighters having to do,
Right.
that thing does it for them.
Wow.
And they'll be placed strategically through the city in buildings. Like
And they also
recreation
have them in
center.
they're in on the apparatus.
So we have AEDs in most of our public buildings?
We have AEDs in a lot of our public buildings, not all of them. And those were purchased, you heard Lisa talking earlier, and we got the money from it's the,
CARES?
no, the opioid, thank you, Greg. The opioid settlement money is
Yeah.
how we were able to purchase the AED equipment. The Lucas devices are on our apparatus. They use those to do, like instead of the firefighters and paramedics having to do hand chest compressions, that machine will do it for them.
Wow.
Well, we currently have Lucas devices.
But we have to replace those. They're on a maintenance agreement and we have a routine replacement for
Right, so-
all of our,
Right, and what I'm trying to get at is, would those Lucas devices then be placed, is any of that considered for Station 4?
no, these are a replacement. These are just three
Replace.
replacements. The apparatus and everything you ordered for Station 4, like on the meeting on April 13th, they're going to consider purchasing a new ambulance, right, through the tax anticipation note.
Okay.
It will come
It'll come with
fully,
those.
yes, sir, with
Okay.
all of the needed equipment on it. These are to replace, this is part of our annual replacement program that
Got
we
it.
do. for these.
All right,
All right.
yeah.
So that's your one-time projects. There will be all the questions on that. We will go into the equipment and vehicle replacement part of the presentation. As you know, we do equipment replacement every year after taxes, and we see what money we have left over. We have replacement factors and standards have not changed since we started this program. And we also look at the frequency of the downtime and the maintenance of the vehicles, the repair costs equivalent to the value of the vehicle, and public safety, first and foremost over all vehicles. Replacement standards are first responders, front line equipment, 5 years. Patrols and police units, mostly patrol units, and first responders be like the med 1, 2, and 3. And your engines, engine 1, engine 2, engine 3. which are based at each station. That's why they're number 1, 2, and 3. When you get the new station, for Station 4, it will be a engine 4 and a mid 4. 10-year replacement on non-patrol, which is like CID units, ambulance that are reserve ambulance. Because after it comes out of the front line, the newest one will go into a reserve status. Mowers, 15 years on cars and light trucks, which are like coal trucks and like water meters, some of your light duty vehicles that are not used for first responders.
Mm-hmm.
And we have 18 years on fire trucks because of just the value of them. We're looking at now, new engine replacement is like 1.5. By the time you get all your equipment on and everything, depends on what you get, you're looking at 1.8, and it's a 2-year build out on these vehicles.
And you're talking 1.8.
1.8 million.
Yes.
Correct.
And we put those orders in, as you recall, we've ordered new fire apparatus annually, and we continue to do that because it takes the amount of time it takes from the time they place the order to the time it's received and able to put in service.
And we have 120 years on F-350s, E-350s, and chippers. Those are trucks that are just really not being pushed very hard. We're doing our best to keep them in service 20 years. 20 years is a long time for vehicles. We must keep in mind.
It is.
Long time. 30 years on tractors and trailers. If you guys recall, we've had tractors being replaced on every equipment replacement because of the time we've had them. We just had a auction and we sold some that was out of service, 82, 84, and 80 models.
Wow.
So they had been in service for a very long time. Replacement factors, high mileage, 150 plus thousand. The average municipality how they run their vehicles 150. We've been grateful to get 150, 180 out some frontline patrol vehicles. There were 2015 Tahoes. We sold 2 of those in the auction. One had 186, the other had 188,000 miles. So we were able to keep them in service throughout the lifetime. Emergency response vehicles get a 0.5 point. High mileage get 0.8. Normal use, which is like your normal use would be like your meter readers, your cold trucks. They're not being used very heavy, nor are they running cold. And light use is a +1. So here, this year, what we're proposing to do equipment for parks, the ABI backfield drag. It's like a utility vehicle, kind of like it's Toro brand, where they can drag the ball field parks and everything. It has attachments on the back where they can change them out. Athletic field mower, landscape trailer, and a 2500 truck to pull the landscape trailer and also the equipment for the parks and rec. Police, Durangos, 6 Durangos. Streets, another 2500, which is 3/4 ton with a service body so they can keep the tools in, lock them up. Also, it's large enough equipment so we can pull the trailers and equipment around.
Are those diesels or gas?
We are currently getting gas.
Gas.
The reason being because of the struggles with the DEF systems and everything. And we are a small city.
Yes.
Because we do not get on the freeway much, we have a problem with the suck buildup in them because we're not running at the highway speed for over 20 miles at one time. So what we have been doing the last couple of years, we've been getting the 3/4 ton gas
Okay.
to keep preventing having those DEF problems.
Yes, okay.
Jermaine, on the Durangos, how long does it take to get a police vehicle in service?
Getting a police vehicle in service. So currently, the 24, 25 equipment, we have received all the equipment. We received the vehicles. We have already located these vehicles. The problem is not receiving vehicles. The problem is the outfitting. So the outfitter we was using went out of business, and we went with another one. They folded under. They were not able to supply us our vehicles. We have since then gotten 6 of those vehicles back. We have 6 down in Austin now at Phoenix, which is the outfitter that we've gone with now. They're telling us 3 to 4 months, but it's at least 3 to 4 months on. But we've already located the vehicles, and once we get the vehicles, we will be transporting those to Phoenix. And they'll be doing our outfit.
Did you want to say something?
So,
That's your question.
yeah. So we're talking 3 months from,
the delivery of the vehicle. So if our next available meeting, which we will be able to put these vehicles on, will probably be the first of next month,
27.
27th. 27th, if you guys were to okay the patrol vehicles, at that point, I would get the PO, process it, in probably a week or 2 weeks, I would say 2 weeks, we'll be getting the vehicles in because they've already had them on. They had those Durangas on.
Well, what the chief is having to do is, we've been talking about this a lot, because he's getting the vehicle, but like he was talking about that outfitter, and they're having to take our vehicles, like
All the way to
drive them
Austin,
down
take
all the way to
Austin.
Austin just to
Right.
get it.
So normally, I guess for the last 24 years, it takes at least a year by the time you order a vehicle before it actually hits the street. So we're always at least a year behind. It shouldn't be like that.
But it is.
But it's still, like you said, it's the outfitter. First, we got to find the vehicles, buy the vehicles. What city manager has done is she's trying to make the money available so we can buy our vehicles before everybody else's October 1 budget comes around, and then they're swamped with orders. So we can get them a little faster. We just have to find an outfitter that can turn them over faster. So that's where the problem is. We're sitting on vehicles waiting for the outfitter from a year and a half, almost 2 years ago, for new vehicles, which makes us run our vehicles a little longer, a little harder. So we're behind, but it has nothing to do with funding or money. It's just the outfitters themselves.
But that's not our city alone, it's other cities.
Correct. The one that went under was actually outfitting for Dallas, DeSoto, everybody in the region. And we had meetings, and they kept saying, okay, we got you on a 3-month rotation, we'll be out in 3 months. That was in Van Alstyne. We would go up there and check on our vehicles. They'd still be sitting on the lot. Dallas pulled from them, DeSoto pulled from them, and then they met with us again and said, look, we're going to get them to you in 2 months, guaranteed. So we stayed with them a little longer, and one day they just came in and laid off all their people. So we had to track our vehicles back down, get them back to maintenance, and now we have an outfitter out of Austin that actually comes and picks them up, takes them there, does them, and then brings them back. So they're in their hands now, and they're telling us 3 months, but we've been told 3 months so many times over the years. I don't know. We just keep on them as much as we can.
thanks, Chief.
Okay, that was a police streets vehicle, fire, ambulance, which is a tax anticipation note that we've already, that was an ambulance that we was able to locate through our vendors, which is a demo, which it'll be considered a new vehicle. It was only out for a demo for, it would take around the show. And someone else had ordered and they didn't get it, and it met our stock needs and standards through the fire department, so we was able to get that one. And that's the one that she was saying earlier that will be coming back to you. So, and it will be also fully supplied.
It's already
everything.
equipped and ready.
It will be fully equipped. The ambulance is already built. So right now it's processing. It'll be, once you sign and we get a PO, it'll be just get the color scheme to match our color scheme, and that's it. All the equipment is to put on it. But it's a fully outfitted truck already. And the reason we went with that is to keep from having to wait the 2-year wait for the replacement of the vehicle. Stormwater fund, we have on there 2,500 again with service body and a mower. That mower, if you look at it, is 10,000, but I want everyone to understand that is going to be a mower that's for stormwater, mowing around the right of ways, and it will be an attachment mower for the skid steer. So just to be clear, understood, people won't be thinking it was a 0 turn. Okay?
So it's
So it'll be,
a bolt behind.
no, it's an attachment for a skid steer, so it'll be a front mower. So that would give you high visibility and also protection of a man being out there on the side of the road with a skid, with a 0 turn mower somewhere hitting it.
So our skid steers, are they with tires or are they
We
with
have
tracks?
rubber tracks. We do have rubber track skid steer.
Okay.
Yes. Wastewater fund is another service bed vehicle. Also, the Ford Transit 350 van with the build out. Last year, we was able to get a new camera system And so this year on this, you will see the full transit that's with the build out, just so we can put the new camera system inside of the van.
That's the sewer camera.
That's the sewer camera for they can go and inspect the pipes if they have a drainage or a blockage stop somewhere.
Yeah.
So that's what that's for. Yeah, also another case, backhoe 590 super in, and another 6-yard dump truck. Not the big 12-yard, but a small one. So when they doing, they pick up and they clean up all the debris and putting out grass after they do patch repairs and everything in the yard. It's a smaller dump truck, so it wouldn't be as rough or as much damage on the streets and the vehicles and the yards and stuff. And the total on this grand total of all the equipment, and that is excluding the fire ambulance, is $1.2 million. $1.2 million.
So if you add in the 800 and something, that puts us at just over 2 point something.
Right, 2 million.
And
And we
have
had
the
3 million.
But that doesn't include your facilities
There's
also.
no facilities at all.
The
If you add
facilities.
this slide with your equipment, which is 1.2, 1,238,239, and then you had 814, I believe, on
845.
855.
Basically.
Yeah.
854. And then the
It
facilities.
has the facilities.
That doesn't include your facilities.
So
Hmm.
those are the hard decisions we're looking at now.
So altogether, let's say you put it all together, how much is it?
And we didn't add, it's over 3 million. We didn't add in the facility, yeah. We didn't total the facilities.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay.
Since y'all and discussion,
Thank you.
I think we were discussing
Discussed as we went.
were going, right? All right, well, let's see, where we go from here, city manager, because I know you was looking for feedback.
We'll bring the parks information forward as quickly as we can get that on an agenda. And then we will begin the equipment, right, like the police cars, et cetera.
Right.
We'll bring those forward. The fire devices, the things that we have historically done,
Right.
we will go ahead
Yeah.
and start bringing those items forward so that they can be ordered and the process has begun. And we'll bring the items on the parks back to the regular meeting for discussion and consideration.
All right, well, thank you, Jermaine, for the presentation. Council, that concludes our business for tonight, and I
Move to
entertain
adjourn.
Mayor,
your,
you're missing a section.
What'd you miss, Mayor?
Something very
birthday.
important.
oh,
Can't forget your own birthday.
okay, all right, how did we miss that? Before we dismiss, and they got it in writing, I want to take this time for us to share happy birthday wishes to me and council member Strasburg, we were born on the same day. All right,
Not
do
the
we
same
have, you said that now. Do we have cookies and all that?
Yes,
back
sir.
there? All right, cookie and punch. All right, and help yourself. With that said, that concludes our business for tonight. It's been a motion to adjourn. Is there a second?
I second.
Second. All right, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no. Those who abstain shall abstain. We are adjourned at